What's up? It's your girl, LiShon Don, and we're here with Both Sides of the Check, episode 14.
And I'm Miss Cat, your coach, accountability partner, and teacher. I'm so happy to be here, man.
Yeah, it's been a journey.
Man, but we're gonna keep it going.
We're going to keep it going.
For sure.
So we're just going to, I'm going to jump right into it today.
Okay.
I just want to know what drives you. Like, really, what drives you? When does the hustle stop? Does it ever stop? Does it just keep going? Do you just keep driving the car and never stop? Like, really, what drives you? And I think that question comes to my mind. I ask myself every day, basically, what am I doing this for? How long am I going to keep doing this? You know, have I made it? Have I arrived? You know, like what really keeps me going? And I don't think that that's a bad way to feel, because entrepreneurship is not always about money. When I wake up and I don't wake up by an alarm, I tell myself, hey, you know what? Girl, you made it.
That part.
You made it. You know what I mean? So a lot of what drives me is just the feeling of being accomplished, the feeling of seeing my prayers and my dreams begin to be just a reality. You know, it helps me. Is it hard work? Yes, it's hard work. I'm always hustling and bustling, but I mean, it's well worth it to me. So I think the drive for me is basically just the peace. And I think I mentioned that in like episode 1, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the peace of life is what drives me.
Well, I can definitely say, because we've talked about this just off the record. I ain't trying to clock into nobody's clock. You know what I mean? Just being able to come and go
shoot straight from the hip.
Like, for real.
You just gonna shoot
like,
straight
you
from
already
the
know
hip.
I'm not built to be no check casher, okay? Like, for real. So at the end of the day, for me, the peace, the freedom, I think freedom to me outweighs money. You could have all the money in the world, but if you can't even take a break, take a vacation, do nothing with the fruits of your labor, like they say, what profited a man to gain the whole world, and you can't even do nothing, you know what I'm saying, with it. So, so what drives me is personal. My girls, I have 2 girls. I'm a single parent of 2. I do everything for them. I feel like, you know, as an entrepreneur, if I didn't have my 2 kids that was looking up to me, and I know that I had to, you know, whatever we kill, we eat, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I didn't have that type of, you know, mentality, I don't think I would have made it this long, honestly. I think I probably would be a trophy wife. I just, you know, probably, look, I'll probably just get cute.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Let some guy just, you know, wine and dine me. No,
I think, but, you know, I mean.
But, you know, you got to have some type of hustle, though.
Yeah, it's different for everybody. I don't have any kids, but I have other things, other people that mean everything to me. Yeah, they mean the world to me. My family they mean the world to me, and it keeps me hustling. It keeps me going. I think that it's like answered prayers. You know, they can see prayers being answered through me. But it never stops though. It's heavy. Yeah, it is very heavy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it's very heavy. So when I say what drives me, like, I don't know, like, maybe it's something it's always been inside of me, just like driving, saying go, 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 go. And I think it started as a child.
I'm gonna say this, to be on this side of the fence, you gotta have that dog. Yeah. It have to be like a little baby dog, and it can't be a chihuahua. It have to be like a growing pit bull inside of you. No, for real, like, let's go get it. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to have some type of dog inside of you that's like, hey, you cannot quit. You cannot stop, no matter what it looked like, no matter what it feels like, no matter that these bills are billing and all this stuff is piling up. You got, we talked about this last time, imposter syndrome, that I'm not good enough, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff is going to, you know, fill your brain, and something inside of you gonna have to click and say, you know what, I'm gonna still keep going. Even though I done shut my office down, even though, you know, I got
the doors on my venue,
this, that, and the third. Like something inside of you gonna have to click in. And I don't think that could be taught. Like, I don't think that could be taught, coached, meant. Like, I think that's just
got to be in you. It's got to be in you.
But it does not hurt, though, to your point, to have something that helps you stay motivated. Right. Like I said, for me, it's my kids. Without them, I would be nothing, if that makes sense. So having something that is driving that force, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the bills, you know what I'm saying? We do gotta pay.
Definitely, that'll keep you going.
You know, we do have to pay our bills, but at the end of the day, it gotta be, you know, something, you know, that's gonna keep you going.
I think apart from my family, I think me feeling accomplished is what keeps me going. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it keeps me going to just to a point that sometimes I'm like, it's okay to take a break. Like I have to tell myself, it's okay to take a break. Yeah. But sometimes you just can't stop. You know what I mean? You just can't stop.
It's funny that you say that because it's like once the dog gets wild up, it's hard to tame it.
It's hard to tame it.
It's so hard to tame it. And it's funny because a couple of episodes we talked about therapy, this, that, and the third. And look, guys, I came on this show to keep it real and give y'all the real perspective. I go to therapy, right? And it's funny that you said it's okay to take a break because my therapist was like, do you understand that the only break or the only relief that you have is this session? That is pitiful. Like, it's pitiful that your only relief is when we have this therapy session.
But that's because it's you cannot stop. This life it's a lifestyle. It's not just something, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. No, it's embedded in you. Like you literally cannot stop.
Because
you can't stop.
This is the thing, and this is the perspective that she put it in. She was just like, you've been grinding and hustling and getting to it for 10 years. Mm-hmm. For 10 years, like, how you can't just shut that off. Like you can't just be like, you know what, today I'm not gonna be an entrepreneur. Like this is ingrained in my DNA. My God, like, you know what I'm saying?
Like even when we decided we're gonna go to happy hour, we go out to dinner, whatever. It's like I have to start getting my mind ready to shut down so that we can just enjoy that time.
And that's serious. And the crazy thing, guys, we're gonna keep it real. This show, we gonna let y'all in, okay? Literally, sometimes we have to plan this stuff 2 weeks in advance, or just to be able to be like, yo, let's just shut down. You know what I'm saying? And it's because of schedule. It's like you said, mental. Like, man, girl, well, if I miss this day, I might be backed up for, 10 days or whatever. Or, so at the end of the day, I think, we want to put it all into perspective. Yes. Keep hustling, keep grinding. But at some point in time, you got to take a break. Because you don't want to get burnt out.
But I'm going to say this because I don't want to scare anybody. I don't want to make people have second thoughts about, being an entrepreneur if that's something that you dream about, if that's your goal. Because we are telling you the flip side of this. There are some rewards to this.
Wait, hold on. Hold that thought. Let me just tell you what those rewards are. Us going to Dubai for a week. Okay. Yeah. We're going to Dubai, right? So I don't know anybody, too many personal people that's been to Dubai, right? So I'm just saying, so for the other perspective, yes. Yeah. When you can slide your card and don't have to think, is this going to be declined? Like, I mean, come on. Like you said, I wake up on my own beat. Mm-hmm. The only time that somebody is making me get up out of my sleep is if they pay. No, well, the kids, they get top tier to everything. But outside of my kids, you paying me. You get what I'm saying? It's only money makes me move, right? So that means that I get to, if I want to sleep all day, It's just the dog that don't let me sleep. But if I wanted to sleep all day, I could. So not to cut you off, but I just wanted to make it clear to everybody that's watching, oh, we wouldn't be doing this if it was all bad. Right. So there are definitely some great perks and great benefits, right, to being a check writer. But we don't always want to show you that glitz and glam. We want to show you both perspectives. So go back to what you were saying.
No, I mean, just to kind of like piggyback off what you were saying, like there are a lot of perks to this. But you have to train yourself to enjoy those perks.
That part.
Know, for me, at this particular point in my career and my schedule, so to speak, I have dedicated my Sundays to going to church. Like, I'm active in my church. I'm I'm just not working on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have committed to that. And that's a reward to me. You know what I mean? Like, that is a reward to me. It's rewarding in so many ways. And then I think that it's important that you find something that you reward yourself with. Yeah. To help keep you going. Like, you have to reward yourself with something. And that's my reward, that I can say, you know what?
Sundays is
it's a no-go on Sundays. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And I definitely agree, because like you said, you start burning out, then you'll start regretting, like making that decision, like, man, is this really what I should be doing? At least when I was working a 9 to 5, I could clock in and clock out. I had a vacation, this, that, and the third. So then you start doubting yourself on the decisions that you make, right? So at the end of the day, do reward yourself.
Yes.
But you also, if God created this whole world and took a break, who are you? You know what I'm saying? To not to take a break. So yes. And to her point, I've even started reserving, I do the Sabbath Saturday, right? That's my day. But like my therapist told me, guys, she said, if you schedule everything else, you could schedule everything else, schedule you a break.
So
even if mentally you have to just put that Saturday, block that Saturday off on your calendar, so that way like, this is scheduled day off.
That's scheduled day off. Don't compromise. Stick to it, because if you start tweaking it, you won't stick to it. Don't tweak it. You know what I mean? Like, take your day, take your reward. Like, you've earned this. You've done everything for everybody. Take your reward. But just to kind of like jump back, with what keeps you going, things of that nature. Like I said, this thing is embedded in you. But if you start these habits early on, it makes it easier. And I think, I don't want to call it a mistake, but that's one of the growing pains for me, is that I didn't start this earlier with rewarding myself or taking my breaks, because I was trying to go all the time. I wanted to make a certain amount. I like living a certain lifestyle. So I wanted to be comfortable. So it caused me to, I don't want to say like, make myself out to be just a workaholic, but there's things that kept me going. It kept pushing me, even when I was tired, when I was sick. I just kept going. But at the same time too, when you're an entrepreneur, sometimes you don't have a choice.
I mean,
I'm gonna say that you don't have a choice sometimes, but that reward, that's a choice that you can make. Just like you keep your word to your clients, your customers, people you service. If you can be true to anybody, be true to yourself.
And to that point, though, too, maybe because, you asked the question, does the hustle ever stop, or is there a certain point? Maybe the certain point is when you don't have to show up and still get paid. You know what I'm saying? Because we always talk about, like, what's that number, or at what point in time have I arrived? Have I made it, right? But maybe it's not a number. Maybe it's the fact of that part. Maybe it's the feeling that whether I show up or not, I'ma still make money, and I'ma still my business is not gonna crash to the ground because I was sick and I couldn't do the decor that day. Right. I was sick, so I just called my team, and my team took over it for me. So that within itself, that might be an arrival for some people, right? And I think that, sometimes we got to look at the end before we start, because it's like, what really brings you peace? Some people like that feeling of the grind. Some people like that feeling of the hustle and bustle. And so, for some people, it's just the stepping stone to the next phase.
To the next phase.
You get what I'm saying? But if you don't know, or if you have no absolute clue, that's something that maybe, people should take time to think about. What would make me feel satisfied in this entrepreneurial journey?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To where I don't just burn out. Just crash out.
You're not burning both ends of the candle, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like it's a challenge. It really is a challenge. But again, this is for the ones who are considering being full-time entrepreneurs. Like, it's just something to think about on the front. Like I said, had I put that into place early on, then of course it would be a different
conversation. Feel. I got you. At the end of the day, I definitely second that because, like I explained in a couple of episodes ago, we have a product and we just go out there and start selling it. We never think about the business. We never think about how we gonna feel. We never think, there are so many things when it comes to entrepreneurship that you have to consider, you know what I'm saying? And, one of which is how hard you gonna go. Because at the end of the day, if I can work 3 days a week and that sustain my lifestyle, I might not have to burn out and act, and take every single job that come and, but if I don't know what my goals are, what I'm trying to achieve or what I'm trying to do, I could find myself burned out and unnecessarily.
But I think that also touches on what you spoke about in a couple episodes ago too, like just educating yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because like when we went to the auction, the guy was saying one wrong move can cost you everything.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? One wrong move here can cost you everything. So I think just like in the beginning, learning what it is that you got going on and what you need to do and how you're going to prioritize yourself. I'm going to say that. Just prioritizing yourself because you are the product. You are the brand. You are the business. So if you crash out, what's going to happen?
That part.
So you got to learn how to balance it out so that you're making good decisions. You're taking care of yourself. You're rewarding yourself because rewards make us work harder.
That and you're so right about that because it's so cliche. They be like, man, if you don't take care of yourself, then everything. But it's the truth. Like some things are just true. People want to call them cliche, but some things are just what it is. If you're not well, if you're pouring from an empty cup, so on and so forth. How long do you think you're going to have a business? How much longevity do you think that you're going to have in this game? You might start off strong, but you're going to crash quick. And sometimes if you crash, you ain't going to come back up. You can't come back from that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, just like Sean is saying, prioritizing that up front. So, so that way you like, you know what? I'm starting off with good habits. I'm going to take me a day. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get to it. But six days, I'm going to do what I do. But the 7th day, I'm about to rest.
Right.
Because that will give you the stamina, that reset, that, that the thing that you need to keep progressing and keep, going to your next phase. But I also advocate for planning out your business and planning out things before you even launch. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more than just the hustle. It's more than the grind. But what is that final point that's going to make you say, well done? And to yourself, well done. You done did it. That might be making $1 million. Some people have a goal. Once I hit 1 million, once I become a millionaire, boom. That might be, hey, once I come to the point where I can make and go and come as I please and go out the country and take trips whenever I want to, I done made it. And for some people, it's like once I get to the point where my businesses run themselves and I don't have to show up and be on camera and be the face and this, that, and the third, now I done made it. So those are things that people have to consider.
They have to consider. I mean, it's just, and again, it's in you.
Yeah.
We've talked about that too. Like, it's just something that's in you. And just like one little small story, like I have an uncle who is like my dad.
Okay.
He basically is my dad. Big shout out to my uncle. But anyway, like I've seen him from the time I can remember myself just go hard but the plan and him sticking to his goals and his dreams has made it so much easier 40 something years later.
Understood.
You know what I mean? So what you're saying is true. If you do this on the front, it makes more sense. You don't have that time when you feeling like, you know what, I just worked so hard. Because this life is to be enjoyed. And it's to be enjoyed.
And let's not, for us check writers, let's keep it a buck. I know there's been a time where you're like, what do I have to show for? Like I done been, because sometimes you might hustle so hard without a plan, then you look up and you like, what did I accomplish? Right. What did I do? Man, like, you know what I'm saying? Listen. Like where's the fruit of this labor? Right? So that's why for me, what is the goal? You know what I'm saying? Because even if you don't hit the goal per se, at least along the way, you might have did this and collected this. And like you said, rewarded yourself. So that way it do feel good, because it can feel so heavy and so bad if you're not doing the things that you should do up front.
Exactly. Like just, to just bring it all in again, planning, preparation, educating yourself. I think that those are things that definitely will help you to put what drives you into perspective. It will help you. I don't want to say stop the hustle, but it'll help you hustle forward instead of hustling backwards.
That part.
You know
that
what I'm
part.
saying? It'll help you to hustle forward, and it'll help you make your hustle easier.
That part.
So it feels like, you know what, this journey is really worth it.
Yes, because the hustle don't always have to be, constant. Constant, but it don't have to be hard. Who said that the hustle has to be hard and gruesome and blood? Like, who said that it had to be like that? For me, the hustle is enjoyable. Mm-hmm. I like the grind. It's love the grind. It's a love thing for me. Thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like at the end of the day, it don't have to be ugly. You know what I'm saying? If you strategize and because that's why I said strategy is the new hustle, you feel me? Sure. But if you just do the proper, do what's proper, and I think you'll be just fine, when it comes to that. Does the hustle ever end? I don't know. That I cannot answer for y'all. I don't got the solution to that one, right? I know that the solution is the new currency. Miss Cat can't really tell you that. I think that's personal, for each person.
Yes, I think that's standing in that way is good. Yeah, like, it's personal. Yeah, it's personal. So don't let somebody else define what
that should look
making
like.
It means to you.
Because I'm gonna be honest. Because the thing is, I know, a lot of people like, oh, being a millionaire. But some people, like, once they touch that million, shoot, I want another million. If I can do this one time, I can do it again. So sometimes, again, it's not monetary. Don't always just be chasing the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, let money be a motivator. We're talking about motivation, right? Things that motivate us to keep going. Money is cool. I'm not trying to make it seem like it's not, but don't let that be your sole motivator. Because money gonna come and go. Yeah. And the thing is if you're, doing business the right way, the money gonna come. So let's find something else to motivate us. Not only that,
I mean, money may not come sometimes. Yeah. So that's why you gotta base your motivation on something else. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be times where money ain't gonna come.
That part too.
Maybe money might come, but it ain't enough money. You know what I mean? Like, so you short. You got what I'm saying?
Both sides of the check.
Where's the rest of it?
Like, for real.
Just as a takeaway that I would give, like what we were touching on, it's just, just ground yourself. Yeah. Ground yourself, whatever drives you, just take that by the horns and live that. Just
that part.
That. You know what I mean? Just go for it. Just have fun with it. It should be fun. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's fun. This is a ride. Entrepreneurship is a ride. And it's a ride.
Oh, it's a ride.
So if you like the thrill, if you like the thrill, yeah, you definitely gonna get a thrill.
That part.
You definitely gonna get a thrill.
Just for me, I would just simply say, like we stated, don't let money be the sole motivator. Of course, you want it, money does motivate, but don't let it be the sole motivator. And also, find what's going to make you tick. what makes you feel satisfied, and also reward yourself. Reward yourself, because that's what's going to keep you going and being able to thrive and survive in this game.
You heard it from my girl, Miss Cat, but I'm LiShon the Don once again, and I'm going to close it on out for us. I'm going to close it out for us. You know, that's what it is. We said what we said. we said what we said.
And I'm Miss Cat, your coach, accountability partner, and teacher. And we're both sides of the check.